12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men is a 1957 American courtroom drama film directed by Sidney Lumet, adapted from a 1954 teleplay of the same name by Reginald Rose. The film tells the story of a jury of 12 men as they deliberate the conviction or acquittal of an 18-year-old defendant on the basis of reasonable doubt. Disagreement and conflict among them force the jurors to question their morals and values. It stars Henry Fonda, who also produced the film with Reginald Rose, Lee J. Cobb, Ed Begley, E. G. Marshall, and Jack Warden. 12 Angry Men explores many techniques of consensus building and the difficulties encountered in the process among this group of men whose range of personalities adds to the intensity and conflict. The jury members are identified only by number, no names are revealed until an exchange of dialogue at the very end. The film forces the audience to evaluate their own self-image through observing the personalities, experiences, and actions of the jurors. The film is also notable for its almost exclusive use of one set, where all but 3 minutes of the film takes place. The film was selected as the second best courtroom drama ever, after 1962's To Kill a Mockingbird, by the American Film Institute for their AFI's 10 Top 10 list. It is regarded by many as one of the greatest films ever made. In 2007, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In the overheated jury room of the New York County Courthouse, a jury prepares to deliberate the case of an impoverished 18-year-old accused of stabbing his abusive father to death. The judge instructs them that if there is any reasonable doubt, the jurors are to return a verdict of not guilty. If found guilty, the defendant will receive a mandatory death sentence via the electric chair. The verdict must be unanimous. At first, the case seems clear. A neighbor testified to witnessing the defendant stab his father from her window, through the windows of a passing elevated train. Another neighbor testified that he heard the defendant threaten to kill his father, and the father's body hitting the ground. Then, as he ran to his door, saw the defendant running down the stairs. The boy has a violent past. He had recently purchased a switchblade of the same type that was found, wiped of fingerprints, at the murder scene, but claimed he lost it. In a preliminary vote, all jurors vote guilty except Juror 8, who believes that there should be some discussion before the verdict is made. He says he cannot vote guilty because reasonable doubt exists. With his argument seemingly failing to convince any of the other jurors, Juror 8 suggests a secret ballot, from which he will abstain. If all the other jurors still vote guilty, he will acquiesce. The ballot reveals one not guilty vote. Juror 9 reveals that he changed his vote. He respects Juror 8's motives, and agrees that there should be more discussion. Juror 8 argues that the noise of the passing train would have obscured everything the second witness claimed to have overheard. Juror 5 changes his vote, as does Juror 11. Jurors 5, 6, and 8 further question the second witness's story. After looking at a diagram of the witness's apartment and conducting an experiment, the jurors determine that it is impossible the disabled witness could have made it to the door in time. Juror 3, infuriated, argues with and tries to attack Juror 8. Jurors 2 and 6 change their votes. The jury is now evenly split. Juror 4 doubts the defendant's alibi based on the boy's inability to recall specific details. Juror 8 tests Juror 4's own memory to make a point. Jurors 2 and 5 point out the unlikelihood the boy made a stab wound angled downwards, as he was shorter than his father.